1 year ago, I tried Qualia Mind for the first time. Since then, I've been trying multiple nootropic stacks, including all of the Qualia products by Neurohacker Collective. In this video, you're going to learn how Qualia Mind compares to the other Qualia products and other nootropics, why I'm actually using a different Qualia product these days, and my favorite morning nootropic routine for maximum productivity and flow states. A quick recap from my 30-day Qualia Mind review. Besides my subjective experience, I also wanted to share a measurable cognitive assessment. For this purpose, I used a mental test on Quantified Mind every day. I started the test 7 days before actually taking Qualia Mind, and then I took Qualia Mind for 4 weeks, always 5 days on and then 2 days off to prevent building up a resistance against the active compounds. And I continued the Quantified Mind test every day while taking Qualia. But before I get into the numbers, my first days on Qualia Mind were actually not that good. After taking the pills on the first day, around 1 hour later, I had a weird feeling in my stomach, a slight stomach upset. And I got it in the first few days, and then I started to change the intake from first thing in the morning to taking it with breakfast, and then I got totally rid of the stomach upset. But other than that, in the first few days, I didn't feel anything, nothing. And I was a bit disappointed, as some people claim they feel an effect like instantly. During the first 5 days on Qualia Mind, there was little to none effect noticeable for me. In week 2, something exciting happened. I started to feel the effect. I was deeper in meditation and I stayed longer in it. And then the first day of week 3, boom! It was like waking up in the Matrix. My mind was sharper, more focused, clearer, and I had a sense of overall awareness and presence, similar to being in meditation. For the following days and weeks, I consistently got the same effect. I felt super productive, super laser focused, sharp, and I could be very deep in meditation, but also very focused in a conversation with people. Coming back to the Quantified Mind test, I did the test daily and created weekly average scores. And in week 0, where I didn't took any Qualia Mind, I scored an average of 3,127 points. In weeks 1 to 4, where I took Qualia Mind, I scored an average of 3,359 points, which equals a 7.4% increase in mental performance. By no means this is not a perfect scientific study, but I think an interesting quantifiable experiment. How does Qualia Mind compare to the other Qualia products? Qualia Mind versus Qualia Mind caffeine-free. The caffeine-free version uses the same formulation as Qualia Mind, except for 2 ingredients. Obviously there's no caffeine inside, and there's also no theobromine inside, which has stimulant properties much like caffeine. So the caffeine-free version is really made for people who are stimulant sensitive or caffeine sensitive, but still want to get the Qualia Mind effect. The overall effect for me is the same as Qualia Mind standard, except for the first 1 to 2 hours where it feels a little less strong due to the missing stimulants. I love the caffeine-free version, and I'm actually going to tell you later why I prefer the caffeine-free version over the standard Qualia Mind. Qualia Mind versus Qualia Focus. Qualia Focus has a similar formulation as Qualia Mind. In Qualia Mind there are 28 active ingredients, in Qualia Focus there are 24. The focusing effect is very comparable. I tried it out for 1 month and I definitely felt a strong focusing effect. I still prefer Qualia Mind definitely over Focus, because besides like the narrow, super sharp focus effect, Qualia Mind has this broader, this general awareness and presence, which I really like. I still think this is super interesting if you want to save some cash, as this is half the price of Qualia Mind and you still get like 75% of the benefits. If you want to save even more, you can use my coupon code MAXHACK to get an additional 15% off any Neurohacker order. Qualia Nootropic Energy. This product is a completely different product than Qualia Mind. Instead of swallowing pills, you swallow a liquid shot. This product was just launched in October of 2019. It uses very different ingredients. And the effect is also very different. So when I took it the first time, I noticed the effect like boom, like this. Within 2-3 minutes, I was super calm and focused. It feels a bit heavy, so to speak, but yeah, not bad. The effect builds up very fast, but also wears down within like 1 to 2 hours. Whereas Qualia Mind, it takes 1 to 2 hours to feel the full effect, but you stay there for like 6 to 8 hours for the whole day. By the way, if you learned anything so far in this video, give it a thumbs up. Other nootropics. I'm gonna make this one short. There's really none that comes close to Qualia Mind. I tested a bunch of other nootropics last year. And if you just look at the formulation, Qualia Mind has 28 active ingredients. Most other products have 4, 8, maybe 12 active compounds. So I think Neurohacker is really ahead here just with the advanced formulation they use. I talked to a friend of mine who's actually trying out a different nootropic every single week, and he says the same. None comes close to Qualia Mind. To be fair, there's one that comes close to Qualia Focus. It's called MindLab Pro, has a comparable price point and a comparable effect. Let's get into my favorite morning routine with nootropics for maximum productivity and flow states. I get up around 6 a.m. That's when I'm most productive and I have the highest amount of willpower. I make 150 milliliter French press or biohacking coffee and take 7 Qualia Mind caffeine-free pills with some water. And the caffeine-free version and some coffee is the perfect amount of caffeine for me. If I take the standard version and a coffee, that's too much caffeine. That's why I prefer caffeine-free Qualia. I also make a little cashew butter sandwich to eat some healthy fats and protein and to not be hungry. It helps my body to process the coffee and the Qualia Mind better. And then I just sit down and work for 2 hours straight. I turn my phone off in airplane mode. No emails, no communication, no distractions, just pure focus on Qualia Mind, on the coffee, and I get a lot of things done in those mornings. If you want to try out any Qualia product, make sure to use my coupon code MAXARC. You will save 15% of any Neurohacker order. You can even combine it with the subscription discounts. Neurohacker gives you 50% off the first month of any subscription, and you can cancel that subscription anytime. You can combine it with the coupon code MAXARC. And if you have any questions about any Qualia product, let me know, write them down in the comments below and you will get an answer from me. Thank you for watching.